currently in a car on the way to Warhammer World.
And then all
Mills.
of a sudden you'll get, watch out, you silly bastard!
I'm about to say, Mills, you're live. Please do not swear.
Yeah.
Late for that, mate.
We can
We have
edit
to.
that out.
Chop that.
Is anyone excited about Adeptus Titanicus coming out, or is it just me?
I'm excited about it, but it's one of them pictures that Dave sent me. Is like, the detail's phenomenal on it. It's brilliant. It's like, how can you tell? I'm squinting and I can't see notes.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I am looking forward to it, but
When we get there, we might be able to actually pick up, you know, and have a look at, see if we've got anything on display, possibly.
I don't know. They might do.
They might have some figures here ready for us.
I don't know. I know they'll have Alfarius when I go down.
That
2 weeks.
model looks amazing.
Yeah, I like it how he's actually stabbing somebody in the back.
Yeah. Apologies for the sat nav.
Be right, it gives them something else to talk about.
Yeah, the Alfarius figure looks absolutely stunning.
Have you seen the price of them Terminators though?
No, how much ever?
£15 each.
That's an expensive squad.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sure Gilly turned around and said it was 75 quid. It's like, that's more expensive than just staring that. They're 11 quid each.
Yeah, that is insane.
For 5.
Which,
I know they're nice models, but
yeah, but you always want more than one squad, don't you, when it comes to Heresy?
oh yeah, you need them. You want them as a bodyguard for your Primarch, don't you?
Yeah.
How
So
do
it's
you
like
feel for
having.
me? My bodyguard unit's 12 man strong.
So that's like 150 quid.
I'm gonna buy 3 squads, not 2. How's that work?
that's yeah.
Yeah, but you've done a
that's
good
true.
job, pal. You'll be alright.
Just pal.
Alright.
Yeah, you can afford the bodyguard. Yeah.
You'll be fine.
It's not the point.
Yeah, £15 for a Terminator seems very
They do
excessive.
look really nice, though.
I want them to be a bit bigger.
I think their Maxes look awesome,
Yeah,
and I have thought, I wonder if I can get their Maxes separate and put them on just staring, because their Maxes look far better.
yeah, they do. They do.
But
£15 a figure. If that's correct, then that is just insane.
it's right expensive.
But Alfarius is 70 odd, isn't it? It's
I'd
about
have to really
75.
pay 70 odd for Alfarius. That
But
model.
it does look awesome. That model does look amazing. Yeah, with him stabbing the Space Wolf in the back, that looks really.
They need stabbing it back though. Don't be like Space Wolves.
No Space Wolf. No Space Wolf. But no, Titanicus, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not quite sure what their price points are going to be when it comes to the actual sets.
I've been told it's going to be one of the most expensive box sets they've done.
Yeah, that's what I've read on the Warhammer community website.
Which I don't know if that's just like box games or if that includes, you know, remember when the Nid Swarm box set came in?
Yeah, I do,
That
yeah.
120 quid. So if
Yeah.
you're including stuff like that,
It's going to be an expensive
I
starter
reckon it's
set.
going to be touching 150 plus, if not more.
Didn't you pre-order 2 from our local shop?
Yeah, but I'm thinking about knocking that down. In fact, it's a Warlord. There's a Warlord in box.
There's 2.
Is there 2
There's
Warlords
2.
in box?
You basically, the box set, the starter box set should be the buildings,
It's definitely going to be more than
and then it's 2 armies. So really, what's basically going to happen is when we get a box set, it's just going to be 1 army, isn't it? Because we're going to be fighting each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be one box set.
It's definitely going to be more than 150 then.
More than likely.
When you consider that Warlord's supposed to be about the same size as a Leviathan, and a Leviathan's 75 quid for arms.
That's true. That's true. Apparently, it's the same size, similar sizes to Knights in 40k. Although from the pictures I've seen with hands next to them, they look smaller.
Yeah,
It looks more
that's what
like
I'm saying. They look
the
like
new
a
Onager ones.
Leviathan, don't they?
Yeah,
They're bigger than a normal Dread, but they look
look very similar
bulky-wise in-
to them new mini Knights they brought out, which are
Talk to me
complete.
about that scumbag. They look jacked. They look horrible, don't they?
Of the new mini Knights.
Yeah, you can't turn around and say they
I've
look
not built
nice.
mine yet because I've actually got
Oh,
some.
you've got one.
Well, I bought the box set with Nick, didn't I? I bought the Forge Bane one with Nick.
Oh no, what about them? That looks like a warlord's being mashed together with a knight.
Oh, and then big ones? No, not the big ones. I'm talking about, there's the middle-sized ones, isn't there? It looks similar
They're
to...
like chicken walker thing.
Yeah, it looks like a dread.
It does, it looks like they've got a knight and they've gone, can we try and... I know, let's put it on an ATSD. Brilliant, fantastic workshop. That's a great idea. Let's cross-marketing with Star Wars. Some nice legal team into being a rate fit.
It probably is, to be honest.
It's like Disney's having hemorrhoids and the workshop's like, oh god. Because they've realised how much they've screwed up.
Oh, yeah.
They look horrible, that.
I don't mind the little ones.
That did make me laugh though, the day we saw. That's dirty as that harpoon gun.
Oh, yeah,
That's dirty as that. Hang on a minute. It's got Necrons. You roll any dice and you ignore the damage because it's damage 10
That's a
or
good
damage
point.
16.
That is a good point because it's damage 10. Their shields are that if you roll under the amount of damage.
But a 6 is a fail.
Is that what it says?
I'm sure that'll be worded.
I'm sure that's probably going to be worded in there, yeah.
Like, well, if you're using that against any Necron vehicle, you can't do all because I can't fail on a dice.
Maybe that's why it's got 2 weapon options.
Well, they did it with toughness on Primarchs, didn't they? When the white toughness 7 and toughness 8.
That's true, yeah.
A 6 is always a fail.
Yeah.
On something like that. So I'd imagine it's the same with Necrons.
Yeah.
When it were right for the yard, they go, oh, that's dirty as that's got Necrons. What are you worried about?
That shield on the Necrons is... It's annoying. It's really, really annoying.
I think it is for D6 weapons.
Yeah, for anything that causes more than 3 damage, it's really irritating.
That's why I like autocannons.
Autocannons are good at trying to take it out, but it's like I think some of the bigger stuff for the Necrons have still got a 3+ save. So they've got 50-50 chance of saving an autocannon, and then because I know Dog likes to play, there's a stratagem you can play for 1 command point. That basically states that shield has to equal, well, it minuses 1 to the dice roll, so it basically has to equal or get lower than the damage, rather than it being lower than the damage. So if you hit with a las cannon, he plays that card and you roll a 6, oh, he can't fail it. Because he's rolling under it all the time. Do you think sometimes as well with them community forums, when they put out all these power gaming lists?
Sure, there's no fun in playing them sort of lists.
Some people, I don't know why, but just seem to enjoy playing a game just to decimate their opponent.
I saw one.
But surely they should realise that by doing that, they're not going to have anybody else to play with.
I don't know how they work. It's that mentality, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
That first list, before they brought it in, that you could only play 3 at the same character at first, and now it's 3 data sheets. 3 at the same data sheet.
3 of the same data sheet, yeah.
But when it first came out, when one of the rules first came out, before it were like 3 characters, the one at list, he had something like 13 assassins and gullymen.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's a low model count. The assassins, they're not cheap, but they're not expensive compared to other units.
No.
But how is that list fun to play?
It can't be fun to play. It can't be fun to play against, can't be fun to actually use. It's like going onto a computer game and putting in Fortnite cheats so you can guarantee a victory over time. What's the point of that?
It's like going up to like GTA going, God mode.
Yeah.
You can run around with a tank or rocket launcher just blowing everything up. After the first 2-3 minutes of destroying countless cars and people, you think, well, good now.
Yeah. Well, but you would be, wouldn't you? Because I would be bored.
I don't see the entertainment in it.
No.
Same way.
Group.
There were a guard list, I think, and all it was. What it's Scion? What it's Scions?
I think it might have been.
Like
Yeah. I think it were all what we used to be at Stormtroopers.
Yeah.
All the military Scion type people.
There were a list where it brought them. It'd go. Is it company commander and commissar?
Yeah.
Again, before they changed commissars rules.
Yeah.
And it got 100 conscripts, weren't it?
That were it.
It
It
got
were a conscript army.
160 conscripts.
but we couldn't break effectively because
Yeah.
of the commissar rule.
Yeah, and it's like the
old
amount
one.
of shots that they were putting out. It's like, I don't care if it's a las gun. 6-1.
Yeah.
You know, first rank, second rank, whatever rules is going to play on top of that. And it's like, just weight of shots.
Yeah, if you make them Cadian as well and mix it with the there's a Cadian stratagem.
I don't know
what he made it to.
Animus, but I just saw that and I thought, I don't know about y'all, but as soon as I see 20 conscripts, I'm thinking I ain't painting them, never mind 160. But in terms of actually playing game, it's like, can you imagine them getting out of box? He'll spend more time putting them out, taking out a box, putting them away than he did playing game.
Yeah. 120 conscripts is insane, especially in a smaller point game as well.
And how can you play a guard army without tanks?
Some people do. Granger's tried it a couple of times.
And
'Cause,
failed miserably.
yeah, pretty much.
That's because he's not rocking 160 conscripts.
No. But he does try to rock how many las cannons and plasma guns that he's possibly got. How the hell has got that many? I have no idea.
I don't see point in them power lists.
No,
There's no fun.
there's no fun in them. There's no. I prefer flavour lists.
Well, no, I don't. It's not flavour. I like games where they are to final round.
Yeah.
It is like, what's going to happen this turn? Oh well, I've absolutely mullered you first and second turns. Is there any point in carrying on? Well, no, not really.
Yeah.
Well, I've won that. It's like, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
Yeah, there might have been some funny bits in it where like, I don't know.
Certain units have done.
Hashtag overwatching las cannon put down Vulcan.
In the Heresy game, that was funny.
You know, there's funny bits like that that can happen in any game. But I prefer the games where they'll go to wire and it'll be like 5 turns, I have nothing left. 5 turns, you have nothing left.
Yeah.
The game's enjoyable. It's like, who is actually going to win it?
Yeah.
And it'll come down to things like, right, I'm gonna sneak that line breaker.
Yeah.
That objective's contested, and you'll come down to it. It's like, right, I win by a point.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's not a massive victory, but it were a good game. It's not, right, I've smashed you 14 points to 3.
Yeah. Which is not a good game, is it? At the end of the day, when it's like you're just smashing people.
It's not fun for me anyway.
No, it's not. I don't enjoy those type of games either.
Well, no, I can't imagine it being fun doing that done to you either. But I'd imagine some people get a fatty for that.
Yeah. Well, if you go on Reddit and things of that nature, you go into these forum sites and
See, I don't
you'll
know.
notice there's a lot of that type of stuff happening.
I bet you there's a few people, hashtag Joe Butler, that goes on them sites just to find these power lists. Or you know, I bet you I can buy an elastic tape mission like that and move an extra 16 rather than 12.
Just to add a bit of sprinkling of fuel to a possible game that might be very vicious later on my channel. Ben Hawley sometimes does that as well.
Oh. Ben Hawley, brilliant. Right, so what chapter is he using this week?
I don't know. I think he's still Salamanders. I think he's still using a Salamanders
He
one.
must have not read other rules
With his
yet.
Blood Raven / Blood Angel army. That's not quite sure what it's doing.
It's not painted in either of colours.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
With his WYSIWYG, non-WYSIWYG tank.
Oh, you mean his las cannon / heavy flamers?
Yeah.
How do you get that? How do you get like, oh, I've got this, I don't know, Volkite. I'm proxying it as a plasma gun.
For the purposes of using it in New 40k.
For Heresy,
Yeah.
So it's, you can kind of get that. I'm going to proxy this heavy flamer to a las cannon. Wait a minute. The shortest weapon in game to longest range heavy weapon you've got. How do you get that?
Yeah.
Well, I've just got points for that. It don't matter if you've got points for it. Is it on model? Well, it can be. Well, it didn't because I glued it.
Yeah.
And then, what is it? Is it reroll? One failed hit and one failed
It's one
wound
failed hit, one failed wound,
with
which
each unit.
yeah, which if you stick it next to a captain, which allows you to reroll the ones, that basically means that he's rerolling all his ones. He can then select 2, say it's freeze to hit with certain weapons. You can then select a 2 and reroll that as well. And then if he's got a lieutenant near him, so it actually makes it. That salamander one can make it a very vicious combo when sticking captains and lieutenants near them.
It does cheat though, doesn't it? Because he uses that rule on vehicles and all, and you don't get it on vehicles.
He sometimes forgets.
This is Ben Hawley. This is him. When we played Kill Team, his Tyranid Warrior, which he managed to clock in 4, which I don't know how he did, for starting points, he run up and his warrior had some like 7 attacks. It's like, how do you get that? It's like, well, he's got claws, he's got scything talons, sorry. That gives him an extra attack. He's got 2 pairs, so he gets an extra attack. I gave him an extra attack. I can't get these. But no, I know we all get it wrong. But
Especially going from edition to edition. Like when we go from, we'll end up playing a rule where that was in the 6th edition, and then we completely forget that we're not in that edition anymore. We're still playing it.
What about we played 8th edition for well over a year now, haven't we?
Yeah.
And then we had his first game of Heresy, about 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and it was like, what's machine spirit rule? And it was like, what? How can we not remember that? Well, it's not really in this edition.
It was going back into our deployment and having to spread his figures out because we completely forgot about blast markers.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like, it's like, oh, you're leaving that Volkite squad there? Well, yeah. Nice one.
Yeah.
Oh, crap, blast markers. First turn, moving them apart. I should have said oh. But it was good because you were going back, but it makes you realise doing 8th edition so long, going to 7th. I really like 7th, especially for Heresy, but it makes you realise how many long-winded rules, special rules, war gear that they've put in.
Yeah.
Not overcomplicating it, because obviously it's now been simplified, but it made that game last ages, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
A 2,000 point game took like nearly 5 hours.
Yeah, it
to play
did.
that game. It
did.
took ages. Because it was like, what's this rule do? I don't know, I forgot. So, looking it up. Oh, can I do this? I don't know. Let's check. See 40k rulebook. Oh, well, who's got a 7th edition 40k rulebook? None, I've got 8th. Great, so we'll have to scrap that rule then. So I don't benefit from it.
I've got it, but we forgot to take it because we're so used to not taking it across.
But it's like today. I'll probably buy the rule book from Forge World today.
Yeah.
But knowing my luck, I'll buy that rule book and it'll probably still say underneath C 40k 7th edition rule book. And you know if it does. In fact, I'm going to ask them for an open copy first. So
Yeah.
Can I have a look in this book, pal?
Can I have a look in this book to make sure there's no asterisks dotted about anyway?
I just want to sniff pages.
Yeah, well, we're laughing every time we get a new book. That's the first thing we do. Open it up. Ooh, smell a new book. Smell.
Right, it's not just Forge World books, any books.
Yeah.
When I took Brooke to Toys R Us at Christmas, you can have any toy you want. So I want to sit down and read this book. All right, I'll sit down with you. Got sat down in the middle of the aisle. I wasn't bothered. It's like, I want to read this book. Yeah, but it's sealed. I want to read this book. All right, then I'll open it. There you go, crack on. I'm not bothered.
That's why, because Mills kept opening all their sealed books, just sniffing them. The serial book sniffer. Have we got any guesses, do you think, by the way, about the Titanicus? How much it might actually be? Because I'm thinking it's probably going to crack in at about either 180 or something stupid.
I'm thinking about it now. We're comparing size of models to like Leviathan and that. I reckon it's probably going to be touching 200. If you've got 2 warlords in there.
There's 2 warlords. I think there's 6 knights on either side. So there's 6 knight models.
We ain't
which
got
are
up
about.
To compare them though.
We haven't, no. Apart from, I think we're going to be about the same size as a standard 40k miniature.
Because there's no.
So
I know there's no Reavers or Warhounds in.
No, you've got to buy them separately.
Yeah, it's just knights.
But it's that
warlord.
There's the terrain in the box. Now it comes with terrain as well.
So that'll be resin, won't it?
So that's going to be a resin cast. I don't know if it's going to be hollow. I don't know if it's going to be I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it's going to be hollow, and I don't know if it's, because if it's going to be solid, it's going to be expensive. If it's going to be a hollow resin, it might be cheaper, but that might impact quality.
But yeah, for Mechanicus, no, Adeptus Titanicus.
Adeptus Titanicus, yeah, it's back on track.
I reckon it's going to be touching 200.
It might be. It might be touching 200 as a box set.
I reckon it'll probably do about 75 a piece for warlords.
Yeah.
Whatever, that's 150.
Yeah.
Whatever it is for knights, I don't know how many knights is in it.
I think there's, like I say, I think there's either 3 or 6 per side. I'm not sure.
They're also going to want it as it is a decent deal. So
Yeah.
they might do it so that you're buying figures, but you're getting terrain for now.
It could be.
So
Terrain and
they're
rules
not
are free.
just. There's not many deals, and Workshop definitely don't do it. Where they, oh, look at this bundle, it's this price. It's like, well, I don't really want that model, so how much is it when I knock all? Oh, it's exactly the same price if I separate it all down.
But
It's Forge World's different.
Forge
is.
World's done that before though with some sets where they've had them all together, and then when you actually look at them all individually, it's the same price.
No, it's in. I've looked at most at sets for because I wanted to buy quite a few vehicles today,
Oh,
and I've looked at prices for vehicles, and it's like £150 bang on
yeah,
for 3 Predators.
yeah,
Any 3 Predators don't matter. 150 quid.
yeah.
When you look at the price separate, it's 57 quid.
Ah, right, okay.
So
Okay.
straight away, that's 20 quid, £21 saving.
Yeah.
That's just on Predators. They've got
They've
got one where you get a Scorpius, Predator,
In a quarter of a mile, roundabout, take the second exit and stay on
Command,
A57.
Rhino,
Oh, but Damocles.
yeah, and the radio. That's like 200 and odd quid.
Really?
And when you look at that and you break all that down, I think that's saving something like 15 quid and all.
Yeah.
It's not much, but it's a bit
It's
of
a
a saving. It's not like workshops where you get these 2 models. This is the deal you get. Well, hang on a minute, it's the same price.
Yeah.
Only decent ones they've got is them starter boxes at 50 quid. 45, 50 quid.
The box sets that they give you with the games seem to be very.
Oh yeah.
They seem to be fantastic,
How many
though.
Calf boxes have I gone through?
Yeah.
For Marine,
For
for
Marines,
actual
it's
miniatures.
just-
Which, by the way, if anybody wants to buy a Praetor or crappy Contemptor Dreadnought, I think I've got about 3 of each at home. I just can't be bothered to put them on eBay.
Yeah.
But yeah, for Terminators and for Tactical Marines, which can be used for pretty much any squads.
Yeah. They're
Especially with
so
new,
much better.
new heavy weapons, because they're underslung rather than overslung.
Over the shoulder, they're actually
Them
underneath it.
30 Marines and Terminators can be used on anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's worth it. When you consider how much it is to buy 30 Tactical Marines from Forge World, and it being 150 quid,
Yeah.
then I'm getting Terminators as well.
And is it Cataphract Terminators in the Betrayal of Calf as well?
Betrayal of Calf it is, and then there's that Space Wolf one.
See, I got the Space Wolf one as well, and that
I've
one's
had
actually
one
got
of them
loads.
to make me veterans.
Yeah, that's got lots.
I need another box. In fact, I need. Yeah, I just need one box.
Yeah.
But it's still worth it.
It is worth it, because all the Terminators I believe in there are
The
Tartarus bands as well.
Them box games are really good. The Death Mask box, that were really bagging that Death Mask
Yeah.
box with Harlequins in.
With Forgebane as well. Forgebane's a decent chunk of figures. When you're splitting it with somebody, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I asked if Nick wanted it, I wanted it. So for how much for that one? About 90.
I think so, yeah.
So
I
for
think,
like 45, 50 pound a piece, we ended up with a really good chunk of like Adeptus Mechanicus, and he ended up with a good chunk of Necrons.
It's really good when you split them boxes.
Yeah, when you split the boxes.
But it Death Watch.
Death Watch with the Necron, not the Gene
Stealer
Stealers.
Gold.
Yeah,
That, I don't play any of them because they're both scumbag. But they were a really good deal, weren't they? I think you had 2 boxes then, didn't you?
No, just one. Yeah, I had one box set, and it's pretty much given me, by adding little things, nearly a 2,000 points worth of Gene Stealer cult.
But there's the war. No.
What, Scumbag?
Yeah. But with them Death Mask boxes, I had 3 of them.
Yeah.
Just because, them bikes, 2 bikes on their own,
Yeah.
35 quid.
Yeah.
And it's like, hang on a minute, I can buy this box for 90, I can sell other half for 45, so I've got like 750 points at
Yeah.
Harlequins, 800 points for £45.
Yeah, because that's what I got. Didn't I? I got the half of a Death Watch from you.
Yeah, I did. Half a Death Watch to you, half a Death Watch to Gilly,
Exit the
Yeah.
roundabout
and then
onto
I sold other in third box. I sold them to
Continue on
Carl.
A57 for 1.5 miles.
So they were like, them boxes are really good, but if you're buying them bundles that they put together, you're not saving none.
No,
In fact, you get charged more, especially if you do delivery.
Yeah, some of the bundles is not that
Which,
cracking.
by the way, workshop, one staff to run shop for a full week. Idiots. 2 days off, shut down for 2 days.
Well, yeah, the Warhammer stores seem to have suffered with that, to be honest with you. It's ridiculous.
All I'm going to say is, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. Because we get ours, majority of our figures come from a local shop in our town centre.
They do now.
Yeah. Barnsley Models
Not
and Games.
used to.
Barnsley Models and Games.
They used to though, didn't they?
Shameless plug.
Plugged in, yeah.
We didn't know we had to drive to Wakefield, if you remember.
No, at first it was Meadowhall.
Yeah, Meadowhall was started off. Meadowhall was a really busy shop, though.
Yeah, that's because I agree why they shut it down though, because all these people dropping the kids off. It's like, there you go nuts.
Yeah.
It's like, hang on, it's not a daycare centre.
No.
So I can understand why they did it and why they wanted to get out, shopping centres and stuff like that. And all of a sudden it was like easy to get to a Meadowhall, to then being, I've got rates, so I've got to mess about and get to Wakefield, to park up a mile away and walk to it.
Yeah.
Or it's shut.
Yeah, that happened a couple of times when we went to shop and suddenly it wasn't open because they changed the opening times or...
Like a godsend when Barnsley Models and Games opened up.
It was.
It was like, oh, you're alright, Carl, you get to take some more money off me.
For 1.5 miles.
Yeah. We've got a habit of going in, just walking into the shop, next thing you know you're like 20 quid lighter.
Oh, I did. I went in for a can of spray paint,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, now we're 130 quid down. How's that work?
Yeah.
In fact, no, I say 130.
And
I'm
it
not
came up with
130. I'm 180 quid down.
They come over like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did I buy that?
What is it you've got, Bells? Anyway, what is it? What drop crop? What is it? Dreadclaw.
Yeah, drink claw, drop claw.
8th edition rules that we found on the way into webs.
Yeah. I think they're dead good, mate.
They are. I'll try
wanna try
and
'em.
try and include a link.
I want to try them out. I think they're right good. To try and help speed the game back up.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
the fact that Marines versus
It's 7th edition. Marines versus Marines were fine. Whereas as soon as you got Marines versus anything else,
they were at a
it just went.
disadvantage.
What happens? What's happening here?
But that's why I like Heresy, and I think because it's in 7th edition, I think it's good they're keeping it in 7th
Yes.
because they put that link out the other day. Well, I said other day, a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
saying they will not be changing it to 8th edition.
No.
So that guy, whoever it is,
Yeah.
shout out.
Shout out.
I did not have the time or patience to even think about it. Learn my rival now. But they're very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was looking through, when I was reading some of the stratagems and stuff, and it's like he's not put loads in. He might put 1 or 2 in for each legion, but he's made it so it's suited to that legion, so it's still flavourful.
Yeah, it's got a theme to it. It's very thematic.
Yeah, so there's like one for Sons of Horus.
Yeah.
It's 2 command points, but whatever units drop down, which would be more than 9 inches away,
Yeah, you do.
the death dealer rule on that is 9 inches.
Yeah.
So you never benefit. However, the stratagem he's got for 2 command points, which is pretty steep, allows him that unit to move forward or move in a direction D3 inches.
Yeah.
So it gives him the ability to move into that death dealer.
So you can use the Death Dealer, but if you're playing in a tournament game, you can only really use it with 1 unit.
Well, they won't use them rules in tournaments anyway.
No,
it's
but
more casual.
Yeah, it's more casual gaming, but under tournament restrictions, you can use 1 stratagem.
I'm gonna have to wait it up with fresh air because it's getting very warm.
It is very warm in here.
Yeah, but I think them rules, they're not not overpowered or anything
No.
like that either.
No,
It's
we're not.
simple little things like Volkite used to be any unsuccessful saves caused an additional hit.
Yeah.
So you just had to roll to wound. Obviously, that wouldn't work in 8th edition because your wounds don't cross over now, do they? For your units.
It's an odd thing.
So they've put them up to 2 damage.
Yeah.
Which makes them good against Terminators, but Terminators are still packing a decent save on them.
Yeah.
I think it's still 0 AP.
0 AP on a Volkite weapon, so...
They're butchers, isn't that?
Yeah, Justarian's gone up to 3 wounds on the 8th edition stuff. So it makes it all of a sudden it makes them useful. It's like, right, I'm not paying 500 points for a 10-man unit for nothing.
No, yeah.
They're going to take some.
Take some ammo.
They're going to take some shifting.
Yeah. Especially with close combat weapons as well.
Yeah.
Because you'll need to
put
kill.
that back up so that you can't hear no, can you?
Probably. You can only kill one of those Terminators with a good roll of a 3 on a D3 from a Power Fist.
Yeah.
So we're going to be able to take some whaling on.
So these med units really good. It's not that they were bad to begin with, but they were like,
Yeah.
For a unit, these were supposed to be the ultimate Terminator squad, not just in Sons of Horus, but in all of them. They were the elite of the elite.
Yeah.
And then you walked up to I don't know, them crap Ultramarine Terminators.
Yeah.
And they just went, oh, right, because I've got more men than you, I'm still on, 10 men, I get an extra +1 to hit.
Yeah.
I've killed 2 of your Terminators. It's like, hang on a minute. I'm supposed to be harder than you.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be harder than you. I'm supposed to be tougher, stronger, faster. And then it's like, no.
So I am liking rules for them because they're basically just taking everything from 8th edition 40k, just brought it all over.
Brought it over.
Some like Volkite rules and stuff like that.
Volkite breaches. I like the rules for the breaches.
Yeah, that's not the charge, is it?
No, it's a 5+ invulnerable save for hardened armour, and if the damage on the weapon is 1,
yeah, they get a +1 to the save.
They get a +1 to the save. So it ends up being where against like bolter fire and standard basic fire, you've got a 2-up save.
Yeah, but what I mean is because you wouldn't benefit in 8th edition because where you charged the breacher squad, you didn't get the +1 for charging.
No, you didn't get the charge bonuses.
But you don't get a +1 for charging in 8th edition, so obviously that rule doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But it's things like that where they've
tweaked it.
Yeah, they've tweaked it and like made that, well, they get a +1 save for anything with a 0, which has made them actually useful.
It is. And that the fact that it's doing it as a living like rule book, so if you come across any oddities or you think to yourself these are a bit overpriced or underpriced, you can message him and he updates it.
Well, he'll think about it. It's not just going to be, this guy says that these are under points.
He has a look into it, doesn't he? And just changes it.
He's done it really well, and the fact that he's actually made it all into proper data sheets that look like Forge Worlds as well and everything.
Yep.
I think he's
not infringing on copyrights, he's just made it as a fan.
Well, he has put a little disclaimer in there as well, but I did like the little note on one of them that was saying if you're looking for any new rules writers, hit me up, sort of thing. It was like,
but if Games Workshop's looking for anybody else to write some rules,
the thing is though, don't ask, don't get.
That's true. Hey, look, a lot of computer game companies take some of their new employees who used to be part of the modding community. I know Bethesda hires quite a few people from the modding community to actually work on its games. So Bethesda.
I'm looking forward to Titanicus. But I know a lot of people that aren't interested in it until they start bringing Marines out.
Yeah, which they might, depending on how well the base box set sells, depends on whether or not they follow it up.
I think something like that will sell well.
I think it will. Especially for nostalgia freaks like myself.
I don't think any of these box games have not withdrawn any of them. The only one that withdrew were Deathmask, but that were workshops.
Yeah.
Not Forge World.
Which were mainly like a starter set, really. It was mainly advertised as a starter set for 7th edition.
Yeah.
Because it came with all the rules.
But I've not known them withdraw any of them off.
No, I am.
So
I am.
I can't imagine it. I can't imagine them being bad.
No.
Because if they were bad, they'd take them off sale.
Yeah.
Or they'd sell what they've got and never make them.
They wouldn't bother supporting it anymore.
No. So I can't imagine this being one of the first one that Forge World's doing. I can't imagine it being one where they turn around and go, oh, we're not making enough
Yeah,
money.
because this one's primarily a Forge World one, not mixed with Workshop. Like Blood Bowl and Necromunda, you've got Forge World bits, and it's mixed with Workshop. Workshop are selling the base box game.
I think that's a great idea, that.
Yeah.
I started into wargaming too late to actually do that, but all models I've had is either Workshop or Forge World. It's never been
The crossovers.
a crossover.
Which is how Forge World first started initially. It were a crossover.
Yeah, but them upgrade kits for I know they have done upgrade kits for for Chaos bits for 40k and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know they have done them, but what I mean is I've never done it myself like that until Necromunda came out.
No, it's good for some new players.
Them bits for Goliath gangs are really nice.
Yeah.
The fit. Perfect.
Which is what I'm wanting some Escher bits for.
Oh, Escher's rubbish.
No, didn't do too bad in my games.
That's only because the 1D. Like Flesh Wound.
No, honestly, I did actually have somebody that were in recovery, and I had to use a doctor to be able to save her.
Oh, one in recovery.
It was funny when Gilly's leader went out for missed next games.
Were you there when we played down at the shop?
No, I didn't go when he went to the shop.
Very good. Matt Baker, he played his Goliath gang, and he pumped that much points into each model. He only had 5. Right? And best thing was, is he charged his leader in and just went, oh, I've lost my leader for game then. Yeah, he's out for the rest of this game. Gets to end phase. Does he die? Yes. This leader was packing like 300 points a gear on him. It was brilliant, right for him.
Yeah, you should never ever put all your eggs in one basket in Necromunda. It never ends well. It never ends well.
Oh, what did I tell you about that box set that I bought?
Oh, yeah, the box set with Cordo. Not Cordo, Orlok. He's bought the Orlok box set.
His mum went.
Owen wants, he don't want to build them. Nor does he want to paint them.
That's because he's too busy combing his floppy hair to the side. Sort him out, Rich.
Took him to hairdressers.
You don't need to take him to hairdressers, just wait while he's sleeping and go, man. Oh, what can I say? That's the best shit you can stop. Just do a little bit, just go and leave it like 6 inch up. So it's like middle of his head.
Yeah.
That's why he's not building figures. He's too busy, combing his hair to the side.
Do you think because, like, that's actually a nice little segue, that, like the Owen not wanting to build the figures because of his age, he's about 12, he's turning 13, and he's not wanting to build the figures because he doesn't seem to have he ain't got the patience for it. Do you think some of this easy build stuff that they keep releasing is a good way of getting those people into it because it's just clipped together? Or is it just created a precedent that majority of stuff's going to become easy build in future?
Do you know what? If they do easy build stuff, I'll probably stop playing.
Yeah, if it were easy build and everything.
Some of the models in that Betrayal of Calth and that other box, some of them they're not as easy, but they are
easy build. Yeah. Set poses, aren't they?
Yeah, that Contempt to Dreadnought. It's like brilliant. Contempt to Dreadnought. It looks crap.
Yeah.
He's got one leg up like this. It looks like he's doing exercises. And you can't convert it without cutting leg off, green stuff in it, cutting other leg off and bending it. It's a nightmare.
Comparing that one to a Forge World Contemptor,
No,
which
you
is
don't- you don't need a Forge World one. Even just a normal box.
yeah,
No.
yeah,
There's more. You've got more leeway in that, even though the legs don't actually bend.
yeah,
You've got more. I can turn it sideways. I can move his arm up so he's shooting. This one is like I'm gonna have my arms like this,
yeah,
and I'm just gonna stand here. You've got more manoeuvrability in a box dreadnought from Workshop than you have in that one.
yeah. I mean, what did you think to the easy build Primaris Marines that came in the initial box sets?
I do like them models.
Yeah, it's just a shame that when you've got 2 squads of 10, pretty much they all look the same.
Yeah. The normal ones are all right. It's just the ones that's like it's like with his arm down here.
Yeah,
It's done like this.
Yeah.
It's like the pose looks nice, but when you buy, when you've got the second box and you've got 2 of them that look exactly the same, it's like, how can I change this? It's like, right, let's see if I can. Oh no, wait, I can't change that arm because I don't get no extra arms in box.
no, you don't.
Can't customise
But
it.
no, you can't customise them much. Same way, I don't know what your deal is with Workshop with these bare heads. Nobody likes them. Put 2 different heads in. They've got options.
Yeah, having bare heads on everything is. I don't mind Sergeant having a bare head, just to sort of denote that he's a sergeant.
See, I like them on named characters.
Yeah,
A bare head on a named character. You wouldn't have, Larry from 10th Company, Sergeant, running into battle without his helmet on, would you?
No.
No, it's like, I'm going to do this Rambo style, lads. He's not going to do it. He's going to put his helmet on.
yeah,
So, I can agree with bare heads on. I've got, my named characters have got bare heads.
yeah,
But up my sergeants and praetors and stuff like that, they've all got helmets on. And that's purely to point out who those named characters are.
yeah. Because them Reavers that I've got as well, they're easy built, and you couldn't do much with them.
No.
It was just literally like, yeah,
You bought a normal box of them.
I haven't no
The normal boxes are pretty all right.
articulated.
Yeah, they're all right. They are the weapon arms
Yeah.
on the intercessors and stuff are pretty set, but in terms of posters, you can mix them.
Yeah, because I noticed a lot of the tactical squads at one point you could pretty much put the gun into whatever pose you want with whatever hand, whereas now it seems to be that gun A goes onto arm A with arm A on the other
Yeah.
side, gun B goes into
That's-
that.
That was like Lego.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you had a problem when you bought them Mechanicus. You bought some Mechanicus
them Scutari.
Scutari, yeah, and all the legs only went on certain bodies, but you clipped them all out, so you didn't know which ones went on
Speed
which.
building, and it was like, no. That's fucking shot this out. It's not going in. That's what she said. But yeah, it's like, how am I doing this?
Yeah.
I literally had to boil it down with water.
Yeah,
I know it's
Yeah.
plastic and it's not supposed to, but I literally put that much boiling water on it.
yeah, it's kind of moulded it and melted it, as it were. A bit
But-
like a resin test.
It were awful.
Yeah,
You can do it with Marines. You buy a 10-man box of Marines. It's like bang, 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 torsos, bang, 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 legs,
yeah,
and you can mix and match all of them, completely customisable. A lot of units now, well, I'll say a lot. NIDs are the same.
yeah. Some
It's
of them are the
alright.
same.
They're very good at change.
Oh, no,
Is it tall? I think we might leave it there because I've probably given every single viewer motion sickness at this moment in time, especially with all the bumps and
not that
trials and tribulations. It has on when my hand's been doing this.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's your call, that one's making up. That's got nothing to do with that.
I didn't bring my selfie stick. I did, my tripod, yeah, my
Next
tripod.
time, what we'll do is we'll blue tack it to windscreen then, so we've got like a, like one of them
I've
crap
actually got one of
family
those.
car
Where you can,
yeah.
yeah.
carpool karaoke things.
Yeah.
We're all
One of them
about it.
clips. I've got a clip.
could have done that. We could have stuck it in the front of the car. Never mind. But
Carpool round.
can't pull round up, yeah. Round table.
Yeah.
Go on.
In fact, if you've got any topics that you want to talk about, just
Yeah,
comment
actually.
on bottom, because we'll just wing it anyway.
Yeah.
But it gives us something to talk about.
It does. It does give us something to talk about if you just want to put some comments on the bottom.
You might want to talk about something other than Workshop. you might want to talk about bolt action. Yeah, all right. You know, just for example.
Like, share, subscribe.